Woo-wee and happy Friday. How is everyone doing? Woo! It is hot. It is hot here, but that's okay. That's okay because I'm hot today. I'm hot. I'm on fire about some things. And we are going to get through it as friends like we always do. Who did I miss in the pre-party? Cousin Trixie, what's up, girl? Hello, Tanya Rodriguez. Vicky VA, I've been missing you. Where you been, girl? Debbie, how are you? Got our girl Avie. Jules is in. Big T. Big T, how do you keep losing your moderator wrench? What are you doing, girl? Did you come in with a different account? Hang on. Let me try to do this real quick because I have my phone. Add as moderator. Okay. Now I'm telling you, something's going on with her account. Melanie said, I'm out in the heat like a dum-dum. I know, every day. Now, we did a show last week about little Summer. It was coming on her 3 years. It's been over 3 years now. I will say this, Summer's Day, God bless them, because I thought they did a phenomenal job. The painting, the butterflies, it was just gorgeous. What a way to do things. They had flyers of other missing children. I saw Michael Vaughn. His flyer was out there. I just thought they did a great job. Question is, when is Candus going to start cooperating? Because if her mama's taking a nap in the camper, that means she's the only adult that should have the information, correct? Then she's fixing a knee brace that no one ever saw on her mother and planting flowers. There has to be more information. It makes no sense to me. If she just wandered off with the extensive search they did, they would have found her. Chloe Jade, it is spanking time for you. What are you doing dropping those coins? My goodness, thank you. That helps the channel so much. Let's take a second and tell everyone TGIF. I love Fridays too, TCB. Yeah, exactly. Candus and Grandis were home. We know the whole layout of the house. This is not new news. Whether it's the back door, the side door, the way it's all set up, how did they not see anything? It makes no sense. We also know that the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation said to Fabio, because Dawn has that new look now. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Asked Fabio to pin her down on her timeline because it's not making sense. They even said they have evidence that Candus left 2 more times that day. Look at you, butterfly kisses, sending love to you too. Let's start with Summer's Day, and then I'm going to go through some other things. Because like I said, I thought they did an amazing, amazing job.
Emotional time today as community members gather to honor Summer Wells, who went missing 3 years ago. News 5 Shania Nordello attended the vigil tonight and tells us more about the ceremony.
On June 15th, 2021, 5-year-old Summer Wells disappeared without a trace. And even though years have passed since her disappearance, the community is still holding on to hope.
We want to keep her face out there and just keep reminding people, no matter what you're doing in the area, keep your eyes open and look for her.
Hours before she disappeared, Summer was seen at Warriors Path State Park with her family. This is why year after year, those in support of the Wells family host a Day of Justice for Summer. Event organizers tell me that the goal of this event is to keep children's well-being in mind.
Child safety awareness for Summer, for other missing children, and just the space to hold for her that's just for her.
Summer's dad, Don Wells, tells me that he's overwhelmed with the amount of support for his missing daughter.
Appreciate, these people's support for sure.
However, he also says knowing Summer is missing never gets easier.
With it being Father's Day and everything, it's been really tough. They've celebrated Father's Day in church today, so by the time I left church today, I was pretty upset.
Organizers say they want Summer's story to reach far beyond Tennessee.
In the future, we're hoping that every town would.
Oh, Molly Collie, stop milking the Wells case. If you need money, get a damn job. Molly, it is 9 o'clock Central Time. Exactly what are you doing? You see, Molly, I have a job, and I also advocate for missing children. And it is not your business how anyone makes their money. Last I checked, I live in the United States of America, and how people make their money is not your business. It's called American capitalism. If you do not want to be here and talk about Summer Wells and her disappearance, no one has chained you to the floor. You are greatly misled. Please, we are talking about a missing child. Actually, I've got to get this out real quick. I'm actually selling this right now since she's upset about money. Can everyone get the bitch spray? Look at this. This is for you, Molly. Kills 99.9% of bitches and eliminates hoes. Really? Speaking of money, look at this. Zach Walker making it rain. This is really going to piss Molly off. Don't piss Molly off. You got some nerve, Molly, but I've got the bitch spray handy. Anyone need a can? Anyone need a can? Gotta be kidding me. Don't talk to Molly. Hell no. Don't have time for that, do we, Molly?
Would have their own Summer's Day, where Summer's picture, of course, would get shared and her story would get told.
To honor Summer, those attending released 36 butterflies, one for every month she's been missing. Both family and community members agree their ultimate hope is for Summer to come home.
I'm hopeful that, that Summer could possibly be in a good place, but it's hard to imagine.
Sometimes it's hard.
All right. I hate to mess up a beautiful Summer's Day that they had for Summer. We do have to remember that Dawn was talking about hammers, fish food. She's gone, buddy, within a few days. This is not normal behavior. When they finally went on WJHL, they were using Summer's name in past tense. Now, I've had some people come after me. They have. And they said, that's just how they talk. You don't understand. You don't understand. That's just how they talk. Okay. crack hotels, the whole 9 yards. Thank you so much, Connie. I had this comment the other day. No, not this one. Never prove neglect. The loved like a lot of people in the area lives. Sorry, B, not everyone has the best situation to live in. Some don't have indoor plumbing. Some don't have city water, well water only. Okay, it took me a minute to get through that. And by the way, I am good at reading. I promise I am. I can get through a John Grisham book in a few hours. I really am. I skip most little words. All right, help me here. Never prove neglect. Actually, Molly, this is for you. The loved, like a lot of people in the area, lives. Sorry, B, not everyone has the best situation to live in. Molly, are you here? Some don't have indoor plumbing. Some don't have city water, well water only. I actually live in a area with a lot of rural property. You buy land in Oklahoma, first thing you have to ask is, does it have utilities? Can I get water out there? But you know what everyone can do? And this is going to be hard for people like Molly and the person to leave this comment. What everyone can do, regardless of where you live, is bend your lumpy ass over and pick up trash. You really can. You can be neat as a pin and not have all the extras in life.
Hard to have hope, but we have hope. We just keep looking, keep fighting, trying to find the truth.
In Kingsport, Johnny Nordello, News 5 WCYB.
Now, I do wish they would leave the boys out of it. I did hear a little rumor saying that one of the boys, again, it's a rumor, was actually there. And we know that Tim has been posting recent pictures of the kids. I don't like that. There you go, Lena. She says, I have a well and a clean house. Go figure. Go figure. Wanda Green, you can get enough well water to wash your nasty ass. That's what I'm talking about, Wanda. By the way, I prefer well water over other water. Muscles and Mascara lives in the area. Muscles, do you have indoor plumbing? Do you know how to bend over and pick up trash? Do you know how to mow? Do you stockpile toilet paper? Do you have wires hanging from your ceiling? No.
Been 3 years since a Hawkins County 5-year-old went missing from her home. It's our top story tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Catherine Simpson. 3 years later, and the Amber Alert for Summer Wells is still active. News Channel 11's Maddie Cottis-Body attended an event marking Summer's disappearance. She tells us why her family is still attending events like this one 3 years later.
15th, 2021, 5-year-old Summer Wells went missing. Now, 3 years later, the community is doing all that they can to keep her name in the public's mind.
Summer's father, Don Wells, says he keeps a
Holy hell. So we've got Fabio, and there's Tim next to him, looking like the Men in Black. What in the hell is Tim doing? Standing there like a dildo with no batteries. Who the hell needs Tim? You see before there was Seth and Tony. There was Tim and Fabio. Look at this shit. You have got to be kidding me. Fabio Wells and Tim. What the hell? Is he a radio DJ? What in the hell is he doing? My goodness. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Look at that. Caption that for me. Please caption that turd in the punch bowl. And I'm not even talking about Fabio. I'm talking about Tim. Caption that for me. Please. Damn it, Tim. It's too early for this.
Attending events like this one called Summer's Day in the hopes of connecting with his missing daughter.
Summer might see this one day and hear her name and be like, wait, that's my name. They're talking about me.
For the last 3 years, community members have gathered on the anniversary of Summer's disappearance.
We had decided to hold something that was not really a prayer vigil, but we wanted to kind of focus it on child safety and awareness for Summer. So it kind of has a double purpose.
The event featured activities such as rock painting and offered information on staying safe this summer. Organizer Skylar Park says the goal is to help those who might find themselves in the same situation.
It's the situation that nobody sees coming and nobody wants to be in. But if it does happen, it helps to know what to expect and to be prepared. So we really wanted to focus on activities that families do during the summer and ways to stay safe while doing those.
The event also honored other missing in Tennessee.
Okay, it says other missing in Tennessee, but I think she misspoke. And this is very sad. Okay, so we have Sister Rose on there. Thank you so much that they put Michael Vaughn on there. Of course, Sebastian, Layla, Holly, Zachary. So whoever organized this did a great job. And it was not Men in Black in his dad's old shirt and Fabio.
Tennessee. Park says she wanted this event to help those with missing family members to feel that they weren't alone. Don Wells says he's thankful.
We think a lot about Summer, or I wish she could be here with us. I don't know. I'm glad that people are doing this for me and my wife. It helps us a lot.
The event ended with a butterfly release at 7:03, the time when the first officer arrived on the day of Summer's disappearance. While remembering her is important, the Wells family says they want to see her come home.
We appreciate the community and those, people that are supporting us, and they're keeping their eyes and ears open for Summer.
Anyone with information regarding Summer's disappearance are asked to call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
I think Timmy is stepping up his game because he's trying to compete with Tony. And I do have a question for Fabio. Did he put dye in his hair? Like for that high pro glow, is this like L'Oreal? Or did he lay in the sun with some Hawaiian tropic and put some sun in his hair? I don't know. But the locks, I'm loving. Been a lot of articles, and they've all got me confused. This one came out about the boys. I'm not putting their picture up. Only about 1.5 months after her disappearance, the Department of Children's Services in Tennessee bombarded the home of the Wells family and took away Don and Candus's, his wife, 3 boys who'd been living under their care all their lives. Authorities are now permitting access between Don and Candus, the 3 boys, and the whole family in general. Now, I do not know if this is really going on, but I'm not comfortable with it. Also, from another publication in Tennessee, Summer's family, including parents, Fabio and Candus, Can't, reported last seeing the girl, meaning Summer, around 6:30 p.m., June 15th, 2021, at the family's home. She was last seen wearing a pink shirt and gray shorts and may have been barefoot at the time. I have always been curious about all the clothing changes on that day. And don't get me wrong, my kids would change clothes all the time. She's hot, she's cold, had a bathing suit, had to put on the tracksuit, came home. But see, this is part of Candus's story that she leaves out. When she got home, when did she change her clothes? But if you look at the first three sentences, Summer's family, including parents Dawn and Can't, reported last seeing Summer around 6:30 p.m. I thought Dawn wasn't home. So you're telling me in 3 years, all of this has changed again? Let's go through some old footage.
Come up empty. There have been no new leads and no evidence, not even a sighting of Summer. And suspicion has started to turn to her parents, Dawn and Candus Wells. They have been adamant that Summer was abducted. But tonight, the sheriff on the case says everyone is a person of interest. Correspondent Brian Ent.
And by the way, that has not changed. Everyone is still a person of interest. Tennessee Bureau of Investigation said we cannot rule out foul play. I know some of you that have had conversations with Fabio and Can't have called a few things in to TBI, and they're beyond interested. Now, let me tell you, I had a lot of faith in that Josh Milton when we went through the TBI update last week. I like when he said they've had to actually be really creative investigating the case of Summer Wells.
Is live tonight in Tennessee, where he spoke with Summer's dad in his first interview since he appeared on Dr. Phil. Brian.
Marnie, you know, we've talked about this case, we've covered this case, but to be on the ground here in Tennessee, you realize right away just how complex it is. All of the different personalities involved, and just the mystery that this little girl 5 months later is still missing. Flying into Tennessee, we weren't sure what to expect. Summer Wells has been missing for 5 months. No new leads and basically no new information since the 5-year-old vanished from her Northeast Tennessee home.
I can't find her. They've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
Summer's been missing since June 15th, and there are definitely some people who are not happy that we've come here to dig into the case. Some people on social media basically just telling us to stay away. But there are still so many unanswered questions about where Summer is.
Poor news daddy. You know, he goes to Northeast Tennessee. People are telling him to stay away. He about shit his dickies when he was in the panhandle of Oklahoma going to court, and people were coming unglued, throwing out F-bombs. He even heard the shit word.
It's now been 5 months since Summer Wells disappeared. Do your investigators know anything more now than they did 5 months ago?
We really don't know anything more, but everything's still on the table.
Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson is in charge of the investigation.
Everybody that's involved in this case is a person of interest. We've not ruled anyone out.
Summer's dad, Don Wells, agreed to meet with us. We talked to him on the edge of his property where Summer disappeared.
What do you think happened? What does your heart tell you?
Well, I know in my heart and in my mind she was abducted. Someone snuck up there when we weren't exactly paying attention.
Someone snuck up there when we weren't exactly paying attention. Now let's go back to this article that just came out last week. Actually, not even last week, just a few days ago. Summer's family, including parents, Fabio and Cant, reported last seeing the girl, Summer, around 6:30 p.m., June 15th, 2021. See, you can remember the truth. You can't remember a lie. Dawn, you were home. Listen again.
Agreed to meet with us. We talked to him on the edge of his property where Summer disappeared. What do you think happened? What does your heart tell you?
Well, I know in my heart and in my mind she was abducted. Someone snuck up there when we weren't exactly paying attention, and we don't know if they come in the basement and grabbed her, or if she stepped outside the basement and was walking to her swing or something.
You can see the Wells house.
When we weren't exactly paying attention. Now, I know I have gone over this before, but it rings a different bell with me now with the new article coming out saying that they both reported seeing her at 6:30 p.m., June 15th, 2021.
Up through the trees on the hill right here. Summer was home with her mom, Candus. Her younger brothers and her grandmother was also on the property. And what the family thinks happened is that someone took Summer, brought her down this steep embankment to possibly a car that was waiting in the roadway.
And I said, boys, where's your sister at? Well, she just went downstairs, mom, to play. So I went over here like this.
Summer's mom, Candus, allowed podcaster Chris McDonough with the interview room into her home in July.
Is this how I would get down here?
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if you want to come down here or not.
They went downstairs in the cluttered house.
Cluttered? I have a different word for it. And you know what? You've got to give props to old Chris McDonough. That he went in that house and he had to crawl down that hole into the dungeon. And when he was looking around at a moldy mattress, darkness, broken toys, and he said to Cant, he was like, thank you for this. I understand Summer now. Cant goes, you're welcome. I'm like, I don't think he was writing you a Hallmark card. He meant something a little different. But there's Cant. You're welcome. You're welcome. Because it hurt my heart when he said, I understand Summer now.
And into Summer's bedroom.
But this is where Summer and little Waylon was.
This is the back door Summer may have disappeared through.
But I know I did come out here and I said, Summer, because sometimes she'll sit right here.
Do you think Candus would speak with me?
I don't know. I mean, we had to beg her, to please go on Dr. Phil, because she's just so been burnt thousands of times by people. So that's why she don't want to talk to nobody, and she didn't want to go on Dr. Phil. That's why she was getting upset, because of the way that you.
It's not YouTube. There's other issues going on here. And Don told me that himself. He said, I almost had to force her on the plane. Why would Cant not want to go on Dr. Phil to talk about her missing daughter? We saw her on there talking to the behavioral panel. She had on her new denim jacket. She's pulling off the wires. She goes, oh, I want to go home. I want to go home, Donnie. I want to go home, Donnie. And he's like, these are tough questions. This is before he had the new hairdo. These are tough questions. It's not helping me. It's not helping me. I want to go home. I I'll go home. But she still got to meet Spider-Man, go meet Benny Keys in Dallas, and get free crack and free teeth. She has cooperated more with YouTube than she has with the authorities. Hence why we're here. Oh, YouTube. Let me tell you what. Had earned the burn, taken one for the team, I'm telling you right now, this case will be over.
YouTubers and other people have turned on her. They've just ruined her.
Very sorry for the occasion.
The Wells were on Dr. Phil last week, and at one point, Candus walked off.
I'm being interrogated again, and I don't want to do this anymore. Yes, I am.
We'll stop.
You've got to be kidding me. Oh, I'm being interrogated again. I don't want to do this no more. Look at that. Caption that face. You know, Demi Moore in the movie Ghost, she's a very pretty crier. Like, she just has the tears coming down. Her eyes get a little foggy. Can't, you will never be on Young and the Restless. No way.
Yes, I am.
We'll stop. I want you to feel comfortable.
No, I want out, and I want to go home.
I'm down.
Questions have come up about what Candus might know.
Could she have gotten herself into a situation where it wasn't her fault, but
no.
You know what I mean?
No. She's a good mother. She loves her children. She's not going to allow any situation like that. The biggest mistake she might have made is maybe choosing some wrong friends, which is, it happens.
Choosing the wrong friends. Now, this is Fabio before he got those lovely locks. Okay? Choosing the wrong friends is what might have happened. And he goes, but those things happen. I don't know about you all in here, but when you have a bad hombre coming around your house, you don't let him around your kids. She's a good mother. She takes care of her kids. She loves her kids, but she might have made the wrong friends. Who could the wrong friends be? Because again, in this circle of depravity, no one in 3 years has come out of the shadows and been just a great person there for Summer.
But other than that, no way.
Do you think any of those wrong friends could have something to do with it?
We don't know.
I know you all have had some ups and downs in your past with alcohol and drugs. Do you think one of those people that came around could have?
No, we can't go there.
No. We can't go there. Listen, no. We can't go there. Do you think maybe one of those wrong people that you brought up, Fabio, with your history of alcohol's legal, but your drug history? No. We can't go there. Ooh, something tickling your hiney? What's so funny? No. We can't go there. No.
Wrong friends could have something to do with it?
We don't know.
I know you all have had some ups and downs in your past with alcohol and drugs. Do you think one of those people that came around could have?
No, we can't go there.
Wells says he's limited in what he can say after social services took Summer's 3 brothers from the home earlier this year. Would you mind just quickly maybe taking us for a little drive around? Just me,
Sure.
even just so I can. I know you don't want me up there walking around, but maybe you could just drive me around.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
sir. Thank you,
I appreciate it. Thank
Appreciate
you.
guys.
He initially agreed to take me on the property, but then changed his mind. He says he wants the focus to remain on Summer and finding whoever took her.
We love our daughter with all our hearts. We miss her. We'd do anything to have her back in that church with us that she so loves.
The sheriff says the Wells are cooperating, but that there's no evidence at this point that Summer was kidnapped or abducted.
Is it possible that Summer's parents, Candus and Dawn, had something to do with this, or have you ruled that out?
We haven't ruled anything out. Everything's possible.
And right now,
We haven't ruled anything out. Everything's possible. We haven't ruled anything out. Everything's possible. Suds had a good point. As much as Fabio hates Dave Radar from EquiSearch, it's almost like he's trying to copy his hairdo. Look at that. Because he's loving the new Goldilocks look. Pat wanted me to pause it on Brian Enton. I guess that's News Daddy's O-face. Can you handle that, Jules? Are you good with that?
Detectives say they are looking for a red or maroon pickup truck that may have been in the area around the time that Summer Wells went missing. But even the sheriff today said they have no confirmation that the truck was actually there. They're not even for sure it is definitely connected. There are so many pieces of this puzzle they just haven't figured out yet. But another interesting thing, Marnie, he did confirm for me today that both of Summer's parents did pass a polygraph test.
Which is something I know a lot of people have wondered. Brian, the sheriff says everything is on the table. Everyone is a person of interest. They are not ruling anything out. So one theory out there is this thing called the cornbread mafia that we're seeing a lot on social media. What is it? What's the sheriff saying?
So the cornbread mafia is sort of rumored to be this underground mafia network in this area of drug dealers and people who pass drugs around and that kind of a thing. The sheriff says he's not totally aware of it. The Wells family says they had never even heard of it. But what was interesting on Dr. Phil is when it was brought up, that is what sparked Candus Wells to have that emotional moment and walk off screen.
And I don't think it was the cornbread mafia that upset her. I think it was just the option that she could have something to do with it. Whether it's her and her mom, or people she knows. Christina Alaska, what in the world are you doing, girl? She said, I think the pictures of her playing Legos at the psych hospital shows that Candus's elevator doesn't reach the top floor. Intellectually stunted, drugs, alcohol, SA, DV, trauma, mess. Dawn has issues, but not close to Candus's mental health problems. Justice for Summer. I agree with you 100%. She is a few tacos short of a bueno platter. She definitely is. Let's look at the Lego video again.
I actually took her to her psychiatric evaluation when they first ordered it, and it was in Knoxville. And at that time, she really hadn't driven on the interstate. You know, she hadn't driven very far, so she was really nervous. So I went with her, and really she didn't even know how to work her GPS. So we get to the doctor's office. I sit down in the chair, and the first thing that she does is sit down on the floor and grabs the Legos and starts playing with Legos. When the doctor came from the back, she opened the door, and she looked at me and she said, Candus, And I turned and looked at Candus, and I could see shock actually in the doctor's face, because she, I think was looking at me to be Candus, sitting in a chair, waiting to be seen, and then she looks over there and Candus is sitting on the floor, playing with Legos. Like a child, yes. Do I feel the Lego thing was legit or a ploy to seem off? Okay, no, it wasn't a ploy. That's who she is. That's who she is. That's the level she's on. And, she has never ordered anything offline. She's never written a check. That's why I had to fill out all the papers for her, because she don't know how to do any of that. And that's probably one reason, she don't want to step away from Don, because, he handles it all for her. No matter what it is, he handles it all.
Uh-huh. Now let's talk about what Madam Secretary said with that amazing super chat. That helps a lot. Thank you so much. When she said Cant's mental, I'll just say, state is a lot different than Fabio's. She said she never learned appropriate behavior, pajamas to a doctor, maybe if you're a child, no bra, she has no pride or self-esteem. Essentially, she is a meat suit. Now, my question is, and this has been brought up a lot about Cant. We know that she was a threat to her 2 older children in Wisconsin. We know that her daughter is missing. We know that her 3 sons have been taken from her in Tennessee. Was the whole thing at that office with the Legos and the damn bathrobe, was that on purpose, or does she really not know better? Because we have seen her, she did a 2-hour live talking about how she can't shit. I would love to know. Let's go back to about a year ago when Summer had been missing for 2 years. Now it's 3, as we know, over 3. And what Dawn said to another reporter.
Was something no parent ever wants to think about. Your child disappears for years. Good evening, glad you're here. I'm Ted Hall.
I'm Brittany Tarwater. 2 years ago on this day, around this very time, investigators began their frantic search to find a missing 5-year-old girl in the rough terrain of the East Tennessee mountains.
A lot of questions still unanswered in this case. Tonight, our Kristen Allen, exclusive interview with Summer Wells' father, Don.
Have you seen this little girl? The search continues this evening for a missing 5-year-old girl from Hawkins County.
Summer Moon Utah Wells. She went missing around 7 o'clock last night.
Having to spend a second night alone, barefoot, in some of East Tennessee's toughest terrain.
The 5-year-old disappeared from her home in a remote area of Hawkins County 29 days ago.
Thousands of tips, yet no information in finding Summer Wells.
To this day, 6 months later, thousands of tips have come in, but still no sign of Summer Wells. Today marks 1 year since 5-year-old Summer Wells went missing. The TBI says the case, including the Amber Alert, are still active.
The search for Summer Wells still continues.
The silence here on Ben Hill Road is almost deafening. It's been 2 years since Summer Wells disappeared. The Wells property, once filled with police, search and rescue teams, and members of the Wells family, now sits quietly.
I'm Summer's dad.
Summer's father, Don Wells, says his home in Hawkins County was once filled with joy.
It was really pretty awesome, you know. I always look forward to coming home to the kids and having a good time with them. I worked all the time, but I always loved to come home.
I visited the Hawkins County site of Summer's disappearance and spoke with Wells on FaceTime. Though he is out of town this week, he's remembering the events.
Oh, yeah, they were out of town. They were raising all kinds of hell in Utah. You know, and it kind of reminds me of Seth Rogers in a way. You know, how he's always bragging about how he named Sebastian. He gave him that name. There's Dawn. I named her. I named her. Well, we have gone through where her name came from before. And Dum Dum Can't just sat there and went along with it.
Of June 15th, 2021.
When I got home, and there was a couple of police cars there, so we was really scared to death, and we was just hoping, for the first few days that she'd be found.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation activated an Amber Alert for 5-year-old Summer Wells on June 16th of 2021. In the following days, 19 agencies and hundreds of volunteers were called in to help in the search.
I want to encourage the public, especially residents living in the area of Ben Hill Road, to check any trail cameras or security cameras that they might have that could have captured Summer on video or in photographs.
Unreliable cell phone service and rocky terrain created hurdles for law enforcement and volunteers. For 10 days straight, hundreds of people combed the most remote parts of Hawkins County to no avail. Saturday, June 26th, it seemed like there was a break in the case. The TBI asked for the public's help finding a 1998 to 2000 red Toyota truck seen near Ben Hill Road around the time of Summer's disappearance. That truck's driver was never identified. And that was the last potential clue the TBI released to the public. So how could a 5-year-old girl vanish from this remote area? How did she just disappear? Conspiracy theorists around the world have drawn their own conclusions, but none of those have ever been proven. The TBI says there's no evidence Summer was ever abducted, but her father tells us he has a theory of his own.
I think that this is some kind of a professional situation that took her.
Now, what kind of a professional situation would get Summer vanished, evaporated? Drugs? Sex trafficking? Or as we've heard before, maybe the wrong friends? I don't know.
Probably watching for a while.
His theories don't stop there.
I mean, she's obviously not in school anywhere, or there's no record of her anywhere. So she's either, in someone's basement, or she's deceased, or we just don't know, or in another country.
She's in someone's basement, she's deceased, or in another country. Now, from one of the vigils in 2021 at the church, the first time they supposedly just met Tim Mullen, Robin was announcing that they were sending flyers to Mexico. No certain town, no certain city. We're just going to randomly send all these flyers to Mexico. No. Basement, deceased, or another country.
I think it's fairly easy to get anything out of the country, in my opinion. It's not easy to get into the country, but it sure is easy to get out of the country.
2 years later, Wells says the only evidence he's aware of is that a police dog tracked Summer scent here to Ben Hill Road. He does believe somebody took her, but he doesn't know whether or not she's still alive.
Do you believe Summer's still alive?
I have no idea. I have no clue. If she is, I really don't know. There's no way of telling.
There are still very few clues, despite investigators working thousands of hours on this case. Numerous search warrants, cell phone data analyzed, and other evidence collected, and not one sign of Summer. Wells says he spent hundreds of sleepless nights wondering where his little girl is. So I asked him,
Do you know what happened to Summer?
I don't know how you answer a question like that.
Listen to this again. You can't skip over. I can't skip over these things. She said, do you know what happened to Summer? Listen to what he says.
I don't know how you answer a question like that.
I don't know how you answer a question like that. Do you know what happened to Summer? I don't know how you answer a question like that.
What happened to Summer?
I don't know how you answer a question like that. I mean, I've had that question asked to me before. I mean, if I asked you that question, how would you answer?
She's never met Summer. She would say, no, I don't know what happened to Summer. I'm an investigative journalist. You are her father. You are her father. How would you feel if, how would you answer if someone asked you that? Okay, let me just pick someone out of the chat. I'll use Jules. Mirror, Jules. Jules. If I asked you if you had anything to do or if you know what happened to Summer, what the hell would you say? I don't know. How would I know? Never seen the child before. Never seen the child before. You kidding me?
I don't know how you answer a question like that. I mean, I've had that question asked to me before. I mean, if I asked you that question, how would you answer?
The TBI says Summer's Amber Alert is still active and investigators continue to search to find her. In the meantime, this shrine to Summer sits at the entrance of her home. The TBI says it's questioned sex offenders who live in the area, neighbors, and Summer's own parents. Summer would now be 7 years old. If she still is alive, Dawn has this message for whoever took her.
The only thing I can say is please let her come home. Let her have her freedom and her life.
You may remember this. Kristen Summer has 3 other siblings. A lot of people may be wondering where they are now. Do you know?
Yeah, well, Don told me he feels like his 3 other kids have been kidnapped too. We do know for sure they're all 3 in DCS custody.
Kidnapped too, but they are in DCS custody. I'm going to drop the link. We have more stuff to go through. Yeah, like Jules said, she'd say, I have no idea. I didn't see her. I wasn't the last to see her. The last 2 adults to see her were her mother and her grandmother. You've got to be kidding me. My goodness. My goodness. All right, Don Fabio Wells. He was the belle of the ball at Summer's Day. He spoke to Times News Online, Times News Nation, whatever, the local affiliate there in Rogersville.
Well, it's the 3rd anniversary of our daughter's disappearance. So 3 years ago, we were completely and utterly devastated, in shock, everything else. So I don't know.
Is that Candus in the back? Raising hell? I've heard that voice before in the back, you know, when you're trying to talk to Dawn about something which can go one way or another. Okay. I was talking to Dawn one day. He got really upset with me because I was asking questions about Candus, not about him. I'm not accusing him because according to Fabio, he wasn't home. Fabio was not home. So Candus is raising all kinds of hell on the phone in the background, yelling, get off the phone, get off the phone, get off the phone. And she called me a pussy fart. Now, I've been called a lot of names in my life, but that was a new one. And then they start going back and forth about why I got called a pussy fart.
We were completely and utterly devastated and in shock and everything else. So I don't know. We think a lot about Summer. I wish she could be here with us. I don't know. We're glad that people are doing this for me and my wife. It helps us a lot. So they believe in our innocence, and that helps us a lot, of course. Yeah, it means a lot to me because we don't know, Summer might see this one day and hear her name and be like, wait, that's my name. They're talking about me, because she may have been brainwashed by now and given another name, or anything is possible. She could be anywhere in this world. We don't know. We appreciate the community and those, people that are supporting us, and they're keeping their eyes and ears open for Summer, and just hope and pray that hope and pray for this community and for our family. That's all we can do, right? We appreciate everybody and try to love everybody. And, we definitely love our kids and wish we could be a family again. Yeah, today's been pretty rough. In church today, they celebrated Father's Day, so watching everybody with their family and everything, it's been pretty heart-wrenching for me. So when I left church today, I was pretty tore up.
Absolutely crazy. All right, I put the link in there. Avi's supposed to come up, Muscles and Mascara. Chloe said she was coming up because for our next segment, we're actually going to hone in on Candus. I've got Kristen backstage, but she's muted right now, but I'll bring her up. Hey, Kristen, what's up? Uh-oh, she's gone now. Dadgummit. All right, let's start with this. We're going to talk about Candus, okay? I've talked about Fabio enough. Let's please remember when Dawn was in jail, okay? Dawn was in the pokey, violation of probation, okay? There's Chloe. What's up, Chloe?
Hey guys. Hey Brooks. Love you.
Love you. So glad you're here, Pussy Fart. How's it going?
I know. Pussy Fur is my new nickname. I am so happy we're doing a show about Summer again. Thank you so much, Brooks.
Oh, anytime. We're never going to give up on any of the cases.
Never.
All right. So we were talking about some of the stuff that can't relate to Earn the Burn.
Yeah.
Avi has sent me a lot of stuff she wanted to go back over.
Oh.
And I think it's extremely important, even though we have gone through it before, we have to go through it again, for obvious reasons.
Yes.
Start with this one.
Good morning, friends. It's Holly with Common Sense True Crime. I have a video to share with you today that is Candus talking to Ernie. It was removed. The video was removed from YouTube soon after.
I never understood why Ernie took this down so quick. Oh, Earn the Burn. And I understand he's sick right now, but we've And I'm not, I tell you what, I really hope he's not, but we've heard before he's sick. So you understand why some people are kind of sitting back going, yeah, do we really know he is or not?
Yeah, I understand that totally. Yeah, I get it. I heard the same thing, that he had liver cancer, but I don't know. We don't know. But that phone call where she's gagging, that has always got me so bad with Ernie.
Me too. Me too. And like Snow said, Ernie was really close. I mean, he was really close because she had a thing for Benny and she had a thing for Earn the Burn at the time.
And Ernie was so close, but he just couldn't go there. I don't blame him.
No, Can't had her best Dollar General sheets on the bed. She had bologna. He brought her pizza, the whole thing. But he was so close. Had he just taken one for the team, we wouldn't be here. I'm telling you that for sure.
I believe you.
I think we're going to nominate Stompin'.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stompin'. Oh God, I poor him. I don't know about that. I feel bad for him.
Or Sud.
Suds, you're it.
Yep.
Tag, you're it, Suds.
Everyone cheer for Suds. Come on. Suds. Suds. Suds.
Would have told. We think she would have told.
And if Suds can't get it done, we'll get Paper Slut in on it.
Oh, Paper Slut. Second place. Okay, I got it.
Yep. Somebody's going to rub the side of that hallway.
After it was on there. But I managed to get the recording. And I think in light of how far we've come, and in light of how insane this this audio is of Candus, I want to give you a listen to it, and I will translate some of what Candus is saying. There is a point in there where I can't understand what she's saying and would love to get your take on that. So here's the video. Now, to let you know what it is, kind of the background. This is when
I was muted. We have Muscles and Mascara up here. Now, we had a very long conversation yesterday with Avi talking about these old videos where she's vomiting, she's by the water, and then the next day she said she had COVID. Enlighten me, Muscles. What do you think?
Good morning. I hate to even say what I really truly think, but it just feels like there's something far more nefarious going on during this video. We had heard about Dawn and saying that who knows, Summer could be fish food, trigger warning. By now, we've heard that conversation, and then not long after this, we heard this video happen where Candus is by the water and she can't get through what she's doing. This video haunts me to this day. It always has, it always will. So everybody can assume where I'm at. It's very similar to Harmony Montgomery and what Adam did to her. That's kind of the thought process that runs through my mind when I hear this. And I know that she's an actress, right? We've seen her do all this crazy stuff, but it still doesn't dismiss the fact, and maybe she is under the influence of whatever during this video too. But if it doesn't make you have cold chills run up your back, there's something wrong with you.
I agree. Let's look at what Dawn said. Somebody was beating Summer with hammers in a basement. Okay, well, where did Summer sleep? In a basement. Then Dawn said she's probably fish food by now. Then we hear this audio of Can't.
When she was talking to Ernie and seemed to be in love with Ernie at this point, was done with Benny. Ernie had begged and begged and begged leading up to this for Candus to allow him and his groups to come in and search her property, to search Don and Candus's property. She said no, she said no, she said no. He finally wore her down, and she had said, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all come. And soon, I don't know, within a day or so, this phone call was recorded with Candus. And just listen to it. And again, I'll make a note on the screen of where I'm having trouble because she sounds horrible. Okay, here's the video, guys.
Candus, do you know what everybody's saying about, listen, Rose Bly? What about her? Ugh. Is she alive still, Candus? Okay, I'm walking out. You need to go to the hospital, Candus. You need to go to the hospital. I'm sick. I don't know. Sorry, I can't do it. Candus, listen. Go get help. Go get help. Go get help. What have you done? It ain't COVID. COVID don't do that. What have you done? What have you done to yourself? What have you done? All I've done was go fishing. All I've done is stay on the ground. All I've done. What have you taken? What have you taken?
Okay, she's out fishing. This is at nighttime. And she said, it's all done. Now, we've been through this before. And she's puking her guts up.
Mm-hmm.
And you can definitely hear the Did she move her?
Sounds that way to me, doesn't it? Coming across that way? I don't know. It's always haunted me.
Me too. That's how it's always sounded, to me the first time I heard it. It took me a little while to get through it.
Yeah, me too.
And I think that's the reason Earn the Burn took it down.
What have you done? All I've done was go fishing. All I've done is stay on the ground. All I've done. What have you taken? What have you taken? Nothing. Okay. Not a fucking thing. I fucking took shit, man. It's fucking cold out here. Okay. Why ain't you?
Then what are you doing out fishing when it's so cold, Can't? What are you doing? We can clearly hear that she's outside. Okay. It's a total difference than being inside. You can hear the elements out. You can hear her retching. Obviously, she's intoxicated. That's no big deal for Can't. I'm telling you. Can't, she could go to the Phillips 66. She could drink out of the pump and it wouldn't bother her. She is that tolerant of alcohol.
Oh my God.
She is.
I know. You're so right. That's just hilarious.
And then Dawn already said she's fish food.
Yeah.
So she's out fishing by herself and taking a call from Ern? Nah.
Why are you on the river somewhere? How did I know you was by the lake? How did I know you was by the lake? Cares? I can hear it in the background. Who cares why I'm by the lake? Well, just listen. Listen. Oh, did you go to court Friday? All right. I have not went to court yet. Court has not come upon me. Okay. I thought you were supposed to win. I didn't.
Okay. So now that you have listened, and you see in parentheses, I put something with a question mark. That's what I'm asking you to try to figure out, is what she says right before she says, I'm done, or I'm all done. Honestly, now that you have your own thoughts without me putting anything into your thoughts, I'll tell you what I thought. And it sounded like something about my daughter's in the ground. Now, I know I could be wrong. If anybody has audio, you know.
Okay, that is so haunting to hear. It took me a while to process it the first time I heard it. Now we're going to listen to it from another channel that captured this after Ern took it down. Look at little pretty Summer. Look at her. And it goes without saying, she's probably had a drink or two. Okay. That, I mean, in this case, that's really, that's always the obvious. That's really never the point. But what was she doing out by the water, whether it's the lake or the river? Because remember, Don said Summer is fish food in the Tennessee River. He was specific. Muscles, how far is the Tennessee River from you?
Well, we've got several lakes that end up there, so I would say about an hour 15, something like that. But the Holston River is right here at us, so that's always a concerning thing for me. And then there's so many lakes around us, and I honestly actually, it's probably more like it may be closer to 3 hours, Brooks, from us. But nonetheless, there's, we have the Holston River here, and then we have like 3 area lakes here within 30 minutes, literally, that you could get to from our location. So, and then on down, we have Douglas. That's about an hour from us too. Huge lake. That's a huge lake. So just, there's all kinds of opportunities. And what always got me about this too was, she would not go outside and do, that was her claim. The first interview we heard, that she didn't go outside because the bears and stuff, but she's outdoors camping in the middle of the night near water in the cold, intoxicated of whatever kind she's got. What are you doing, Candus? Why would you be out doing that if you're afraid of all those things? That doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, I've always had an issue with her saying that she doesn't go in the woods because she's scared of the bears, the coyote, the snakes, all that stuff. But she went camping with friend Kathy, who is she's damn sure more than a friend. She was paying her bills. I mean, the whole 9 yards. And when I say the whole 9 yards, they were scissoring each other. And then they weren't camping in a concrete parking lot. They're out camping. She goes to Gatlinburg, where bears are just walking around. She has new dogs on the property. She said, I had to run down there and find the dogs, but she couldn't run down and find Summer. Let's listen to this again, because there was something going on and she was somewhere. Now, I will say this, not because I've ever done it, But they say it's much easier to, and this is water rescue, not me. Don't come to me for information like this. Rivers are much harder to find a body in as opposed to a sitting water source, like a pond or a pool or a lake. You know, they have a border. Rivers really don't, and they go a million different directions.
Mm-hmm.
So when Dawn said Tennessee River, I was like, oh, she's fish food. And she's obviously somewhere. She said she's fishing, and well, we hear the gagging. Okay, Zav Girl also captured this.
I just heard it earlier today, so I was gonna wait to do it on a live, which is thing, and then I'm planning on doing a live tomorrow. So, I don't know what's up with her? So, here it is. Let me know what you think.
Candus, do you know what everybody's saying about, listen, Rose Bly? What about her? Is she alive still, Candus? Okay, I'm walking out. You need to go to the hospital, Candus. You need to go to the hospital. I don't know. Sorry, I can't do it. Candus, listen.
She can't do what? Why is she retching?
Exactly.
What was making her so sick? Because let me tell you something right now. Candus has had enough alcohol in her system. It's not even going to make her choke. Okay?
Yeah.
That will never happen. Somebody wants captions for the video. Let me try. Something was so wretched and horrible smelling that she was.
That's why I think I had a hard time with this too, is simply because of that. It was I can't do it. Like, what do you mean you can't do it? What are you doing? And is she talking to somebody? I mean, I know she's on the phone with Ernie, and, that's a big whatever. People are like, well, I don't think she'd be doing that whenever she's on the phone, but why not? You know what I mean? Like, it's just all coincidental with the timing and stuff too. That's what makes me turn my head sideways. And it could be a big nothing burger, and that's fine. If that's fine. But you can't discount this. It goes to Candus's character too. Like, we know she played pranks. We know that she did this. We know she did that. We know that she stayed drunk all the time. We know all of this stuff. But it just goes to her character even further. And for me, that's super important to look at, and you can't just discount it.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
You need to go to the hospital, Candus. You need to go to the hospital. I don't know. Sorry, I can't do it. Candus.
Okay, we know Kent is not afraid to go to the hospital. She likes it. She likes the free food. She likes the warm, comfy bed. So I can't do it. Who is with her? And I wish law enforcement had the location, but Ern couldn't get it. She had something going on. The heat was on. And remember, around this time is when they went to the house and they took the safe out.
Right. Yeah, this audio just haunts me every time I hear it.
Yeah, me too. She's not telling Ernie I can't do it because Ern the Burn wasn't there. Who was with her? The only person she was really hanging around at the time was Kathy the friend. Kathy the friend has gone radio silent.
Yes, she has.
Mm-hmm.
All she did was advocate for Can't, and that stupid bear that's above her couch that Can't stole from the Cracker Barrel. And that's all she has done. Hang on, I got to drop the link. Hang on, here it is for Avi.
And Brooks, let me just say too that she even says in this video that I'm not sick, dude. I'm not sick.
I'm not sick, dude.
Yeah.
He asks about her sister. How would I effing know? I'm not sick, dude. But something was making her retch her gut.
Yes. Yes.
Listen. Go get help. Go get help. Go get help. What have you done? It ain't COVID. COVID don't do that. What have you done? What have you done to yourself? What have you done? All I've done was go fishing. All I've done is stay on the ground. That's all I've done. What have you taken? What have you taken? Nothing. Nothing.
There's a shovel butt banging. Hang on, Avi's backstage. Avi, my girl, what's up?
Hey y'all. Hey Brooks.
Hey.
Hey Avi.
Hey Muscles. Hey Chloe.
Hey there. And I do want to say this too before this gets a super big attention. I just want to know if we take this exact scenario and we place it out on the internet and it involves Sebastian's case and it involves Seth or it involves Chris or it involves Katie.
Mm-hmm.
Would the internet be playing this and analyzing what is going on here? Because I feel like that people are going to be like, you're making something out of nothing. It very well may be nothing. And that's what we just said earlier. So I just want to say that, like, it's very well an act. It's very well nothing. We know that. But if we're going to analyze videos out there that have sounds that may or may not exist or anything to that nature, we have the right to discuss this video, to see character and to see what was going on during this time frame. So I'm just making that public statement. So
what do you think, Avi?
I think it's I'm going to try to say this in a way to not get you into any trouble. But I think what's going on is she's not on her property. She's by the water. And I think she's moving something and she's smelling something as she's moving it. And that's why she's gagging the way that she is.
Now, we also have to remember that Can't is very lazy. So she's on the phone with Ern, okay? She's talking to him. Now, who was with her? Because she's not going to do anything alone. She's too codependent. Can't doesn't do anything alone unless she's picking up cigarettes or R&R whiskey.
Or coin pushing.
Yep, she'll do coin pushing by herself. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're right, Brooks. That's a really good point that she's pretty lazy. But here's my thing. If truly during this time that she was truly going to let Ernie come search, and and no, this is not on her property. So let's put that now because we know she's by water. Okay. So if in fact all of this is true, and it literally was just the fact that he's coming to search, do you think that people do things out of complete desperation to avoid any kind of consequences that they might be facing? Absolutely. People will do anything. So is she capable of this? My opinion, of course, anybody is.
I agree.
And could she have been alone, like what Muscles is saying, out of pure desperation, being that Donnie wasn't around at the time because of what was going on with him at the time.
Well, he was in jail.
Could have been, I got to take care of this, or something. She's definitely busy doing something.
Now, this is important. Cotton Candy said Kathy and her daughter was supposedly with Can't. Kathy has already said it. And that's when the whole COVID story came up. Now, again, why would Kathy, the friend, let her granddaughter, she's not her daughter, be around Can't in the first place? That I've never understood. Who in here would let Can't be around their children?
Never.
No.
Oh, I'm done and stay out on the ground. Oh, I'm done. What have you taken? What have you taken? Nothing. Nothing. Okay. Not a fucking thing. I fucking took shit, man. It's fucking cold out here. Okay. Why ain't you? Why are you on the river somewhere?
Why are you on the river somewhere? Why are you on the ground? Why are we hearing this noise? Why are you outside in the cold? All I've done is stay out and been on the ground. You got to go to the river to throw up? She doesn't care about cleanliness. She can throw up in her yard. There's something going on here.
It does sound like she
How did I know you
says.
was by the lake? How did I know you was by the lake? I can hear it in the background. Who cares why I'm by the lake? Well, just listen.
Okay, she says by the lake. I would love to know why she's by the lake. And I would love it if Ern could have gotten the location of where she was. But this whole thing has always been super suspicious to me. And this is not one of Cant's drunken episodes. There's a lot more going on here. I don't care what anyone says. If they're out there camping, Kathy, the friend, said that Can't never drank around here, never did drugs, never did anything. Something here is going on. So what's going on with the ground? What is she doing?
Oh, did you go to court Friday? All right. I have not went to court yet. Court has not come upon me. Okay. I thought you were supposed to win. I didn't know. But anyway. No, not yet. Oh, goddamn. I tell you what to do. Just burp and get it out there. I went fucking down out of the lake. Wide open. Right. Get out there. Nothing out. I gotta go lay down. Well, go lay down, get you some rest.
He says, all done. It's all done. Okay. I understand that Can't is not the brightest light in the tanning bed. But who is going to take that call if you are retching your guts up or digging something up by the lake or whatever? Who would? You know why she did? Because she thought her and Ernie were going to be together. She really thought he cared about her at the time. And maybe he did, not in that way, but maybe he did care about her as a person.
Oh, fuck. I gotta go.
All right, panel's open.
Brooks, it does sound like when she said something's in the ground, it really does sound like my daughter's in the ground. Did anybody else catch that? I've got my AirPods in and I didn't notice that before, but it really does sound like that's what she says. I could be wrong, but it does sound like that with my AirPods in.
Lisa Durr has a really good point. She said, no way Candus took anyone with her. She's not going to risk anyone telling on her. But what about Kathy, the friend? Because she has made up a lot of stories to cover for Can't. I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's get to this.
YouTube channel about a day ago, and they were discussing a possible search being done next week. I just posted a video about Candus's response to that possible search, and in my opinion, she doesn't seem to care much about it. Ernie said they wanted to search the caves, I believe, near the property. Candus says she doesn't know about any caves or tunnels, and there are definitely no caves or tunnels on her property. However, she also went on to say that she doesn't care what they do, as long as they don't search her property. She said her property has been searched many times. I would love to know how many times exactly it was searched. I'm talking about the yard, the sheds, Grandis's camper, everything. I see other parents of missing children begging for volunteers to come help search, put up posters and share the pictures of their missing loved ones on social media. Why is Candus being so difficult about them searching her property? Would you not want your property searched more than 100 times if it was your child that were missing and you were desperate to find them?
It's teams up there in a matter of days. So
you can go out there, just don't bring them on my property. That's all I ask.
Okay, next week I'll be in Tennessee, and we can meet out and we can talk. Is that cool?
Next week. What day next week?
Well, I mean, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to decide.
Because I'm kind of busy next week a little bit in the beginning of the week. I'm kind of going to be busy for a minute or two. I don't want nobody on my property because TBI, LE, FBI, everybody's already searched that property so much that and twisted and turned it over and made a big ass mess and all kinds of bullshit.
Right.
So we already know that she doesn't want anyone on her property searching. Kimberly Mann, thank you for the Crime Lines and Lies memberships. We got to play the music. And I will show you why she trusts Ernie. Because even after all this time, she is still enamored by Ernie. She really thought they were going to be a thing, okay? No one is going to show up to the door naked with bologna on them unless they think that man's going to eat it off of them. Now, here she is blushing when she talks to Ernie.
Yeah, it's insinuating. Is that Ernie?
Yeah, that's Ernie.
Yeah, that's Ernie. Okay, come up, Ernie, if you want to.
Yeah, he needs to come up and say hi, the old stranger.
Get up here, Ernie.
Everybody's saying that you ditched me the other day when you come up here, which I know Ernie's in and out all the time. So Ernie don't.
Yeah, he ditches everybody.
He does. I've been trying to call him for weeks. He freaking won't even answer his phone.
I know. Ernie's just Ernie.
Unless he wants to be mean to me. Then I'll send me a message.
But yeah, I mean, he's more than welcome. Don B, if you want to come up here and you got things to say, well, you need to come up here and apologize to Candus. This is your chance to make things right. There's Ernie, y'all.
I'd like to talk to
Ernie. Hey.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Pretty good. Well,
do you remember me, Ernie?
I do remember you.
Okay.
We got Candace and Lips up here.
Okay.
Hey, stranger.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Oh my God, is that Candace?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Candace, you looking pretty good today.
I'm trying my best.
Her
That's
hair's
good.
all long and stuff.
She's doing good, Ernie. She's doing real
Looks
good.
like you're straight and dried up and got your headphones set on. Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Living
good.
the good life.
I
Well,
love
that's
you,
good.
Jinky.
That's her new nickname, Can.
Tin Can.
Well, what's
That's
today's
what we call
conversation
Ben
about,
Hill Road.
y'all?
We don't
Don
call it
B's
tin.
making
Don B and his bull crap.
he's making T-shirts with Summer's name on it and selling it. This right here.
Find somewhere else to listen. Wow.
Yeah.
Why would he do that? He ain't got no reason to be doing that.
Well,
And
right.
his business to be doing that.
And he's the one that's been stalking.
Oh my goodness. She turned that camera on so fast. She was blushing, and all Ern could say, you got your headset on and everything. She's wiping the drool out of the corner of her mouth. But I'm telling you, that video, that recording, when she was talking to Ern, lake, river, wherever she was at, is absolutely scary. Now, I wish Anonymous True Crime would come back because they did a great job. Could you imagine Ern popping up right here and everyone turning on their camera so he could see you?
Never. Sorry, never.
Get up here, you old stranger. Get up here, you old stranger. And all he could say was, you're looking pretty. Is that Candus? You're looking pretty good. Your hair's growing. You got your headset on and everything. You got all straightened out. Now think about these compliments. All right, Chloe.
Yes, I'm here.
I will I'll put you in first place.
Okay.
So you're out and a guy comes and talks to you and he goes, are you gonna say, get over here, you old stranger? And if he says, well, you're looking pretty good, you got yourself all straightened out, I'd be like, that's the best you got?
Yeah, you got a headset on. Oh, look at you.
You got a headset on and everything. Damn.
Follow. Welcome to Anonymous True Crime. So Ernie Shell did his show, the one he scheduled 2 days prior. The one Candus had agreed to come on to speak her truth and had asked for a 2-day delay.
And me and you are gonna go live. And we're gonna talk. Give me 2 days.
Candus was a no-show. Ernie went on to release video footage and prior text messages. In the voice call shown from a few days ago, Candus claimed that she is done with social media. She is now focused on recovery, her recovery. She also believes that Benny Keys was never about Summer, only himself and money. What we did find interesting, however, was a mate. In what capacity, we don't know yet. She was vocal. Meet Classy Kathy.
Hey, Ernie, just talk. Don't see your face. Show my face. Look, hey, Ernie, I'm telling you right now, quit fucking with her. She called me. She called me.
She called me. She called me. And there's friend Kathy, the good Christian, telling Ern the Burn, quit fucking with her. She goes, she called me. She called me. Kathy was deeper with Candus than people realize.
Called me. Well, all right. Well, if she called you, that's only because, like, you know, she's pissed that everybody keeps on fucking doing what the fuck they're doing. They're like making up fucking bullshit, and it's bullshit, man. You don't make up fucking shit, fucking back your fucking ass up. You know, it's like, come on. It gets old, and
frustrating, and it's bullshit. I'm just telling you right now, man.
Right.
It's fucking bullshit. And I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. If it's your fucking daughter and your daughter was motherfucking missing, you wouldn't want a bunch of people making up fucking bullshit about you.
No.
Well, in all fairness, Ern wasn't really making anything up. But here comes the scissor partner that grabs the phone, and she is letting Ern have it. You know why? Because she's jealous. You see, they had a love triangle going on.
Yep.
You have Cant, who has feelings for Ern the Burn. You have Cant with Kathy, that definitely had feelings for Cant. That's the reason that she was keeping her cell phone on. That's the reason she was keeping the lights on at Ben Hill Road. This is all according to her. All the other stuff that other people have said, like Lisa K. Ruitz, is not true because Kathy said that is what happened. And when Cant got out of jail, not Cant, Don got out of jail, and Cant went right back to him, Kathy is what I would call brokenhearted.
Like, making up fucking bullshit. And it's bullshit, man. You don't make up fucking shit, fucking back your fucking ass up. You know, it's like, come on. It gets old, and it's frustrating, and it's bullshit. I'm just telling you right now, man.
Right.
It's fucking bullshit. And I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. If it's your fucking daughter and your daughter was motherfucking missing, you wouldn't want a bunch of people making up fucking bullshit about you.
No, but my ass will be out there trying to find and do everything they can to do it.
Yeah, well, look. You know, they've told her she can and she can't do it.
Who said that?
That's what people don't fucking everybody has said that. Hawkins County said you can't go do this, you can't do this. You need to fucking listen. It ain't as easy as like getting up and going out. You don't know what the fuck Dawn did. Like her and I was talking. You know, like, who in the fuck knows that what the fuck he didn't do, like, has something with her, you know, whatever. It doesn't really.
I know Don's responsible. I know Don's responsible.
Kathy is the individual that set up Candus' wish list on Amazon, took her away fishing, was believed to be the whisper in the background on Candus' channel, telling her to hop off streaming. Allegedly Kathy is the one Candus has been staying with. Kathy claimed Candus will not allowed to search or actively look for her missing daughter. What do you think? We will in fairness say, this call was the most emotional we have seen Candus. We will drop the video link in our description box for you to gain your own opinion.
Kathy big mad. Now, why is Kathy so mad? And what was really going on there?
Kathy did not want Candus and Ernie speaking to each other. That's why Ernie was like, she called me. Kathy went all the way off.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, I agree.
And I mean, is it just me, or does she sound like, I know she said no alcohol or drugs in the house, but does she not sound like she could be a little intoxicated? Or could that just be something else?
He sounds like me at 8 o'clock at night. Are you kidding me? Of course they were drinking together. They were going camping together, kayaking. Candus trusted her with things of Summers. That's the reason she went. She had to get that box back from her.
Remember that one video we saw with Kathy the friend, and she was bragging that she was sober, but then she was turning her head to the side and drinking out a bottle of liquor? On Kathy the friend, like, Kathy knew what was going on. Yeah, no, it's so weird.
The whole thing is weird. But I want to go through these recordings of Ernie's more as soon as I can find all of them, because there was a lot going on between Can't and Earn the Burn.
I found a lot last night. I was venturing down a rabbit hole, and Muscles was like, nope, get out of there. You don't want to go down that one. I sent her a few too.
I was trying to spare. It was a lot.
That's okay. And a lot of people say, Kathy's lying. Well, no, she sounds like a jaded lover. She's upset because she wanted Candus to divorce Dawn. And that's not what happened. But I'll tell you what did happen. We had a great show today. We're keeping Summerwell's name out there. In closing, what would you like to say? I'll start with Muscles and Mascara.
I just want to say I cannot wait till we have justice for Summer. Can't wait till we find her, locate her, never stop looking for her. Always share her flyers and her recent age progression photo. I think that it's important that we continue to keep her story in the forefront. She's kind of gotten lost in the shuffle, in my opinion. We're 3 years into this. It is well time overdue for her to be found. And I think that everybody and every creator that has a stream about Summer Wells, that it's super important. Don't discount it. It's nothing about grifting when it comes to this stuff or trying to exploit her any further. That's my opinion on this particular channel specifically. I don't feel like that's where we're at here. I've seen disgusting behavior amongst people, and that is gross. And at the same time, I really feel bad for people that are coming in new to this case, because I feel like they have to weed through all the BS to get there. But what I do appreciate is shows like this that do bring things to light, and simply just for bringing up issues. Again, we do that in other cases. In the Sebastian Rogers case is dominating, the YouTube streets, as people call it. And that's totally fine. I have no issues whatsoever. I want Sebastian found just like I want Summer found, just like I want every child that's out there that's missing found. But it's important that we don't forget some of the things that's happened. And it's important to go to the beginning. I've always said the truth is in the beginning. I believe that full-heartedly, and I think it's important. And I think that character, when we want to show character about parents and things to that nature, or people around these missing children, it's important that we show everything. We do that in Sebastian's case. Again, if this were any of Sebastian's parents, would you want to know this? Would you want to see these specific videos that have gone lost and have fell on deaf ears? I think the answer to that's going to be yes. So I feel the same way about Summer. That's my opinion and that's my right. So that's what I'm saying. So justice for Summer. We love you, and we'll continue looking for you in any way possible. And I continue to hang flyers to this day, and I'm going to Indianapolis next week, and they'll be going with me on the airplane along with Sebastian. So thanks for having me, Brooks.
Oh, I love that. Avi, what do you have to say?
I would like to say that let's keep Summer's face out there, and let's not allow this to go cold. I do think that it is important, like Muscle said, to go back to the beginning. And I think that it's important to let whoever is involved, if you're listening, which I have a good feeling you probably are, we're never going to give up. We love Summer, and we're never going to give up. And we will continue to advocate for that sweet little girl. It seems like never really had a chance in this world, which is heartbreaking.
100%. It is. Go ahead, Chloe.
I agree 100% with Muscles and with Avi. We will never stop looking for Summer or advocating for her. I think it's one of the things that's brought so many of us together and become friends is because of how much we love her and want to see her brought home. And I think it's super important to go back to these old audios and videos and rewatch them, because I feel like every single time I do, I get more out of it.
Oh, I do too. And that's the reason, I mean, we're not investigators, but that's the reason investigators go through things over and over and over and over again. In case it could just be like any little nuance, anything to catch something.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I think you guys,
everything.
Everything's important. And I don't care what people say, because we have a lot of arguments in other cases. Didn't really ever have the argument with Harmony Montgomery. Never heard it. People just already knew Teardrop and Step Meth were scumbags. But with Summer's case, Sebastian's case, for some reason, in Michael's case, people still want to tear down Brandy and Tyler. I will never understand it. The child, he was abducted. There are 4 suspects and possibly more. However, when people want to come and preach at us and say, sorry, my throat's dry, and they want to say that, well, this has nothing to do with Summer. You cannot tell me that the characters that are around the missing child, you cannot say that's not important. That's crazy.
That's right. And I think too that one thing that does need to be mentioned is we're not taking something and twisting it into, we're not taking words that they are saying and making them into more. Like, we're just playing what's been put out there into the public realm. And then when things get taken off super quick and they get deleted really quickly, it raises your eyebrows and it raises suspicion, and you have to think about that. You have to see, why is this? Why was it so important to put out there? And then all of a sudden it was just as important for you to take it down as quick as you put it up. Like, what is going on with that? And I think it's important that we all see that stuff. And if you see something, you say something, and we are saying something that we see, and we're saying something that we think is strange, and it's our God-given ability and our God-given right to do so. And that's what we're going to do.
I agree. Well, let's light up the chat for Summer, and I hope everyone has an excellent weekend. I am planning a members live over the weekend. Just chit chat, bullshit, whatever you want to call it. Keep Summer's name out there. Please. Keep Summer's name out there, because we know that no matter how much you pick apart Fabio and Can't, you're never going to make sense of it. Love you, Chloe. Love you, Muscles. Love you, Avi. And I love every one of you. Thank you for being here.
I love you, Brooks, and I love everybody in chat and Muscles and Avi. Thank you so much. I love y'all.
Love y'all.